awesome high. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put around here.
JustinFREAKIN is a formidable voice in the culture.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
You live in sexual anarchy.
Somehow I fucked up the audio and I'm already on screen on TikTok, the whole intro and shit. Hey TikTok people, welcome in. This is the Troll Patrol live on a freaking Friday.
This is the Troll Patrol live with JustinFREAKIN.
Warlord, should I be hyped? Media wins. Yeah, we got bonus Bill Clinton over here giving his deposition. Hopefully, we're gonna get Hillary's deposition from yesterday released. Thank you for the resub, Media Winch, over on the Twitch. Hello, YouTube people, podcast people, TikTok people. Good to see you all. I'm not high enough for this shit. Gonna be another 15 minutes until we can get high here on the East Coast. We're supposed to get the video of Hill Dog sometime today. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. I got a live shot outside of the building where Bill was testifying. It's the Performing Arts Center in Chappaquiddick. It's where Hillary was at yesterday. What? Trump is holding a rally. God damn. Trump is apparently getting ready to speak outside of Corpus Christi, Texas. Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe it's not actually going to be a rally this time. You never know with this dipshit. This is what the live shot outside of the Chappaquiddick Performing Arts Center, Chappaqua. I kept pronouncing it wrong yesterday. The Chappaqua Performing Arts Center. This is the live shot. Former President Bill Clinton currently testifying behind those doors. Trump, before he headed to Corpus Christi, I do have live shot up on the other TV over here. I can see if we get some action. Before Trump scuttled off to Corpus Christi, Texas, he took some questions from the press. Looks like he's at Caroline Leavitt in tow with him.
Are you happy with the progress?
No, I'm not. I'm not happy with the fact that they're not willing to give us what we have to have. So I'm not thrilled with that. We'll see what happens. We're talking later. We'll have some additional talks today. But no, I'm not happy with the way they go.
Are you concerned at all about President Bill Clinton being deposed and that sets precedent for you and your family?
I don't like seeing him deposed, but, you know, they certainly went after me a lot more than that. I don't like seeing him. Look, I like him, and I don't like seeing him deposed.
He has changed tone about both Bill and Hillary. He likes Bill and Hillary now. They're good friends.
Howard Lutnick, what is your reaction to that?
Howard would go in and do whatever he has to say. He's a very innocent guy. He's doing a good job.
Mr. President, you specially envoy Tom Barak now is in Iraq. What's your message to the Iraqi leadership?
Well, I get along very well with the Iraqi leadership. Thank you.
Governor Pritzker posted on social media that you're planning to steal the 2026 midterm elections. In fact, he says the plan is already underway. How do you respond to Governor Pritzker?
Seems like it.
He's got to focus on crime in his state. The crime in his state's doing very badly. If we went and took care of it, we would do just like Washington, D.C. We have no crime. Memphis, it's down 82%. Louisiana, you take a look at Louisiana.
It's down 66 and 2/3%.
Focused on crime in his state because there's too much of it.
Have you made a final decision on Iran? Have you made a final decision on Iran? Have you made a final decision on Iran?
No, I haven't.
Do you believe that Iran is producing nuclear weapons?
Still has not made a final decision on Iran.
Well, we haven't made a final decision. We're not exactly happy with the way they negotiated. They cannot.
Apparently, Witkoff left earlier today, and they are extremely disappointed with how the talks went with Iran.
Have nuclear weapons, and we're not thrilled with the way they're negotiating. So we'll see how it all works.
What was that vote doing in Cuba, and do you believe the Cuban government?
The Cuban government is talking with us, and they're in a big deal of trouble, as you know. They have no money, they have no anything right now.
Well, to be fair, he's doing all this crime in D.C., and it's not really crime for him because it's not crime if the president does it, as Richard Nixon says.
But they're talking with us, and maybe we'll have a friendly takeover of Cuba. We could very well end up having a friendly takeover of Cuba.
A friendly... Wait, what? A friendly takeover of Cuba? That's not a thing. That's not how things work.
No money, they have no anything right now, but they're talking with us, and maybe we'll have a friendly takeover of Cuba. We could very well end up having a friendly takeover of Cuba.
What about the vote, sir? The vote that was there.
Many years. We've had a lot of years of dealing with Cuba. I've been hearing about Cuba since I'm a little boy, but they're in big trouble, and we could very well, something good, I think very positive for the people that were expelled or worse from Cuba that live here. You know, we have people living here that want to go back to Cuba, and they're very happy with what's going on.
The last news of Epstein files, in particular Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, what about that?
I don't know anything about the Epstein files, you know. I've been fully exonerated. Yeah, please.
No, he has not been fully exonerated.
Is there a risk that strikes could turn into a long, drawn-out conflict in the Middle East?
I guess you could say there's always a risk. You know, when there's war, there's a risk in anything, both good and bad. We've had tremendous luck with myself, Soleimani, al-Baghdadi. Everything's worked out, and then we do the Midnight Hammer and so many others. Everything's worked out, and we want to keep it that way. But
Midnight Hammer sounds like a sex move.
It'd be wonderful if they'd negotiate really in good conscience.
You live in sexual anarchy.
But they are not getting there.
Is your goal, Mr. President?
So far, Peter, they're not getting there.
Has your team told you that if you use the military now, that there will be regime change right away?
No, nobody's told me.
Mr. President,
No, I mean, nobody knows that. There might be and there might not be.
but Mr. President, is your goal?
It'd be nice if we could do it without, but sometimes you have to do it with. When you looked at look, we have the greatest military anywhere in the world. There's nothing close. I'd love not to use it, but sometimes you have to.
Mr. President, to be clear,
Are we going to have a change in the regime in Cuba soon?
Well, Cuba's doing very badly. They're failing. Cuba right now is, to put it mildly...
It's like, which country are we going to attack next?
I've been hearing about Cuba. I said before...
Is it Cuba? Is it Iran? Is it Mexico? Is it Greenland? Nobody knows.
Marco Rubio is dealing on it, and at a very high level. And, you know, they have no money, they have no oil, they have no food. And it's really right now a nation in...
Bureau asking for his charges to be thrown out.
in Iran, Mr. President.
Will you talk about sanctions relief for Russia and expanding U.S.-Russia economic and trade ties as part of
sanctions?
We got about 5 minutes until 4:20 on the East Coast.
Over with. I spoke with President Putin. Would like to see the war end. I would like to see it end fast.
Sir, are you
25,000 people died last month. It's crazy. To have that war is just absolutely, it's a shame.
Sir, are you considering a national emergency? Are you considering a national emergency around the midterm election?
Who told you that?
There's been reporting that there's an executive order, proposed executive order about this. Are you looking at that? Are you considering?
I've never heard.
Sure you haven't.
You said that the regime of Delcy Rodriguez is cooperating, but in that government there's still an individual, the Minister of Interior, Diosdado Cabello. He's still indicted by the U.S. government for narco-trafficking, narco-terrorism. Do you want to see him facing charges here in the United States?
What we'll do is I'll take a look at it.
Will there be implications for Cuba? Are you going to kill an American? President Putin, sir?
We'll see what happens. We want to make a deal. We're going to make a deal. It's a question of when. We want to make... How are you? Hello. How are you?
Hello.
We want to make a deal with Russia. We want to make a deal with Ukraine.
She must have been pretty.
We're very close, but we'll see what happens.
President, will there be an update on Cuba?
Mr. President, thank you. Mr. President, what are you going to do about
the violation of Rwanda. He violated the peace accord.
Looking at it this afternoon. That's exactly.
Mr. President, talk.
Mr. President, are you planning to restore ties with Belarus? Are you planning to restore ties with Belarus? With Belarus in Europe?
Yeah. What about Belarus? Yeah, I know it very well. Well, go ahead.
Are you planning to restore a relationship with them?
We have a good relationship, and the leader is somebody that I have a lot of respect for. With Belarus, we have a very good relationship.
Do you have any conditions for them?
I like the leader a lot.
Do you have any conditions for them?
What do you say?
Oh, I bet he does.
Mr. President.
Less, not more.
Mr. President, congratulations on the State of the Union, sir. Mortgage rates, 30-year mortgage rates hit below 6% the first time in 4 years.
Mortgage rates are going down very rapidly.
What is your message to young people like me who want to buy a home under you?
Save a little money, wait a little longer, you're going to get a mortgage for a very low rate.
Mr. President, is there talk about what
He's got a great job, too. What?
is there
Iran that was shot down in Texas. Hold on. Is Iran trying to string you along?
Well, we're not happy with what's going on. They should make a deal. They'd be smart if they made a deal. No nuclear weapon. We want no nuclear weapons by Iran, and they're not saying those golden words.
Mr. President, I'm filling in for Brian Glenn. What do you hope to achieve on this trip to Texas? Do you plan on making any endorsements while you're there?
What we're having is tremendous luck with oil. We've got more oil than anybody, and the prices of gasoline are coming way down, and prices generally are coming way down. The pricing it's been amazing what we've been able to do in 1 year. Prices are way down, led by energy, led by oil. So it's Texas. It's a little bit of an oil meeting, I would say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Are you still
considering an executive order on elections?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Mr. President.
Next weekend in Florida, are you receiving leaders from Latin America? What do you intend to discuss with them? And if you had a date to receive the president of Brazil here at the White House?
Well, I get along with the president of Brazil very well. I'd love to.
And for the meeting with Latin American leaders?
Pakistan has waged a war against Afghanistan. Have they asked you to intervene? Has anyone reached out to you on that?
I would, but I get along with Pakistan, as you know, very well. Very, very well. You have a great prime minister. You have a great general there. You have a great leader that I think two of the people that I really respect.
Look, I usually sneeze 8-9 times in a row. It's a thing that's been happening since I was a kid. But I feel like I've been extra sneezy lately, and Curiouser's been sick. She was like, I've been counting your sneezes to see if you've been more sneezy than usual. And I think I might be. I am allergic to this shit. Sorry guys. It's almost 4:20 in the Eastern time zone. I might be allergic to this shit. I tell you what, I'm definitely not high enough for this shit. It's about 30 seconds. Listen, this gigantic nose of mine, you can fit so much snot in this bad boy. Taps roof. If you would like to join me for 4:20 in the Eastern time zone. Sorry, TikTok people, I have to turn the camera off. You can't see me do naughty things on camera. Light one up, tip one back. Well, if you're at work, you probably don't want to light up the weed right now. I do not encourage anything that would get you fired. But if you can partake, please partake with me. Lenny, Princess Kimberly, Mr. Elwood. Anybody else I missed? TikTok people. Yolanda. Old man, welcome in. Ray Mace. Fuzzwinkle. Love you guys. So glad to see you. Unfortunately, the chats don't show up over here, but I try to keep you up on screen. I'm going to take one more hit before I put my camera back up. It's Friday. You ain't got shit to do. I'm going to get you high. Now, or do my eyes look like that because I've been sneezing? Or do my eyes look like that because I just took several bong rips? This is the live shot outside of the Chappaqua Performing Arts Center. We are waiting, possibly, Slick Willie himself come out and talk to us. I don't think anyone thought that Hillary would come out and talk to us yesterday, but she did. Now, right-wingers were sharing a video this morning of Bill as he was walking up to the Performing Arts Center yesterday with his wife Hillary. He was accompanying Hillary. Right-wingers were making fun of him.
Thank you.
Christ is dead, LOL. Welcome in, friend. I'll give you one of these. Now you're gonna see Bill over here.
How you doing, son?
There he is.
Good to see you.
Now they're saying he had like a malfunction, just stopped in the middle of the sidewalk, which is wild that, you know, they're like, the former president just stopped in front of those people, but he's looking at the books in the bookstore.
This is
So right wingers posted this as he's just window shopping. Do you not care about the white children sexually trafficked and sold by rich Jews, and Christianity enables this?
How you doing,
what? Thank you, Media Witch. I mean, it's true Epstein is Jewish, and it does seem that he had connections to Israeli intelligence, but there's a difference between Jewish people, whom I love, and the government of Israel and their dirty deeds done dirt cheap. You know, I have not watched any TYT content in years at this point. Years. I think I'm way better off for it. Is there anybody in chat that still watches TYT? Do they put on anything that is worthwhile? Oh, and I always liked John Idarola. He was really good. I like that the microphone looks like some butt beads. We can bend James Comer over the podium and stick the microphone up his ass. He'd probably really like that.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth.
I want to make some hold on, I want to make some adjustments over here. Oh, it don't work that way. Oh shit.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth.
I fucked everything up.
I can't wait I can't wait to have...
No. No. I fucked everything up. No.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me. I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you. I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Yes, I broke everything.
Be condemned.
I broke them all. I broke them all. They didn't quite look right on TikTok and the YouTube vertical. So I wanted to kind of adjust them. And I fucked the whole thing up. Yep. Hendrik Smock, my stream will be dead soon. Why do you say that? It's an ominous thing to say. I mean, I've been going like 6 years at this point. I don't think anybody's gonna take me down. Aw, Princess Kimberly, hug through the cam. There's no easy way to fix it. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. That is a problem for later me. I should get more high about it. That's what I should do. I'm not high enough for this shit. Oh, wrong camera. I gotta turn me off on TikTok. Sorry, TikTok peeps. We're still waiting for Bill Clinton. I want to know what Hendrik meant by that. No, I'll turn the camera back. I'll go back over here. I want to know what you meant by that, Hendrik. Please let me know. Why will my stream be dead soon? The most alive it's ever been, to be honest with you. The YouTube's kind of been hopping. Got somebody peeking out. I mean, my stream will be dead here in a couple hours when I turn it off, and I go about doing it. Usually Friday is my day off. This is bonus freaking. I wouldn't doubt Hendrik is a pedophile. Sorry if I misjudge you though, Hendrik. I guess he just wanted to come in here and drop a cryptic message or some shit. Wait. Today is your 1 year anniversary streaming? Exactly? Congratulations. Please give Lenny a follow. Accidents waiting to happen. Holiday, can we get a shout out? I think Holiday's here, possibly. Shout out to Holiday for doing the hard work around here. Keeping things running smooth. I appreciate the hell out of him and all my other mods that do work just on a volunteer basis. Thank you, Soup. You're all wonderful. Light one up, tip one back. I am pretty sure you probably have a shit ton of channel points. Like, you have enough channel points to make me dance like a monkey the entire stream if you really wanted to. I would assume. There are several of you. But Winch especially, she sits with me and plays video games in the middle of the night. Sorry I haven't been doing, like, my headset that has the microphone just doesn't sound anywhere near as good as these headphones. These headphones sound amazing. And it's so fun. Like, it's like a 3D environment to sit there and play video games with these headphones on. Oh, I'm sure he doesn't. The Clintons aren't pussies. Hillary answered all the questions yesterday, I'm certain. We're hopefully going to see her deposition anytime now. The Epstein files appear to show Howard Lutnick with Jeffrey Epstein, which is not news to anybody. I don't know, Winch, because I also don't want to be on that long. I've got shit I need to do. I've had a very frustrating day.
We've got a couple of new, pretty compelling things regarding the Epstein case. First of all, new revelations about the latest apparent mistake by the Justice Department releasing the Epstein files. The New York Times is reporting that a seemingly technical phrase buried in millions of pages of documents may, in fact, have exposed the names of cooperating witnesses, potentially putting them in danger. I want to bring in senior legal reporter Lisa Rubin. This has to do with the phrase proffer at 500 that appeared in the documents. Explain that.
Well, first of all, Chris, the documents in question are documents that pertain to 7 different men that were being held at the time what was the jail next to the Manhattan Federal Courthouse called the Manhattan Correctional Center, or MCC. That facility has since been closed. It was closed in the wake of Jeffrey Epstein's death. But these documents reflect the phrase, as you noted, proffer at 500. That essentially means that these people were going in to have a proffer session with prosecutors at 500 Pearl Street. That's the courthouse adjacent to it that houses the Southern District of New York. And again, these are people who were in the jail at the time. They are identified by Jonah Bromwich and Willie Rashbon of the New York Times as 7 different men who either tried to cooperate or, in fact, were cooperating. They confirmed that at least 3 of the men whose names appeared with that phrase were, in fact, cooperators. And I want to caution people against drawing the conclusion that they were cooperators against Epstein in his criminal case. That's certainly one possibility, but another possibility is that these were people who were housed near Epstein in the MCC prior to his death, and that they were cooperating witnesses in the ensuing investigation as to how he died.
We're also following some news regarding a photo that was in the Epstein files. It's just been restored, right, to the DOJ database. It appears to show the Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick. What do we know about this photo? What can you tell us?
So, Chris, we don't know definitively where or when this photo was taken. However, it depicts Jeffrey Epstein with 3 other men, one of whom appears to be Howard Lutnick in the blue shirt there. There's also a man to the far right of the screen. That man may be a gentleman known as Michael Lehrman. When the Lutnicks visited Epstein Island in 2012 to have lunch with Jeffrey Epstein at his invitation, they not only brought along their kids and some child caregivers, but they brought along a couple named Michael and Marcy Lehrman. We know that from documents that have also been publicly released, and the Lehrman's children. A comparison of a photo of Michael Lehrman on the corporate website, where he is a CEO of a company called Newmark, shows that this picture, the gentleman in the white shirt, bears a striking resemblance to that Michael Lehrman. That Michael Lehrman also was formerly affiliated with Cantor Fitzgerald, the company that Howard Lutnick founded and led until he was Commerce Secretary.
Very interesting. Lisa Rubin, thank you.
Thank you.
Jansing. Anna Paulina Luna spoke about the ongoing deposition of former President Bill Clinton. I've still got the live shot over here. If someone comes out to speak, we'll take it. But they were expecting it to be longer than Hillary's deposition from yesterday, which took until like 6 o'clock.
Speaking right now with the House Republicans. Let's listen in.
Get to it, Anna.
I think everyone hopped off to go to lunch.
Pool's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first.
Don't stay in front of the pool, please.
Just first of all, a quick update. President Clinton is being very cooperative. I do want to point out, because I have seen some back and forth in regards to some of the Democrats trying to call in not credible witnesses, and I won't get into the nature of what I've asked the president specifically until after the deposition is over. But to be clear, we've had two individuals, one that accuses President Clinton of unfounded allegations of there being sex tapes, etc., by the name of Sarah Ransom. And there was an individual under the name of Katie Johnson that also had unfounded allegations of rape against our sitting president of the United States.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
We did not have evidence for grounds of that. And so just as we wouldn't call in an individual like Sarah Ransom, who we know made up claims, we're not going to do the same thing for President Trump. So I think to be able to bring that up and conflate the two with this investigation is wrong. And I want to be very clear on record. I don't believe that Sarah had valid claims against President Trump in regards to what she was, President Clinton has in regards to what she was alleging. Just as I don't believe that there are valid claims against President Trump by the individual of the name of Katie Johnson.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Even in the last 24 hours in lines of questioning, that Jeffrey Epstein was running an intelligence gathering operation. In my professional opinion, I do believe it was a honeypot operation, and I do believe that there's a list of individuals who did engage in trafficking.
You're smoking some of the best dope God ever
name
put
those
breath
individuals
in.
right now. The first one would be Leslie Groff. The second one, Sarah Kellen. The third one, Nadia Markova. And the fourth one, Adriana Ross. All of these women engaged in the trafficking of minors as adults. They were working and complicit with Jeffrey Epstein's operation. And in my opinion, they are not to be given victim status because they did partake in harming young girls. I remember seeing in some of the files, some of these girls were, as young as 10, 11 years old and older. And so obviously we have a lot of work to do, but I did want to come and give an update and let you know that President Clinton, as of right now, is cooperative and answering all of our questions. And that it leads me to believe that if we can remove the partisan nature of this investigation, we actually might be able to get justice. And so I will be calling on the Oversight Committee to bring in those 4 individuals that I just listed. We will continue to conduct the investigation and provide updates shortly for all of you.
This is my GOP mommy, Anna Paulina Luna.
God damn it!
I can't get into the specifics of the deposition because it's still currently going on. But again, he's being
Yeah,
very
fucked it.
cooperative, and I
fucked
think that
everything
statement
up.
is pretty on point with what we're hearing.
Is former President Clinton saying he doesn't call anything about?
We will provide updates as soon as it's over. I don't want to violate the that we have right now in the depositions, but I do think that we are at least getting a little bit more of a clearer picture. And I will say I'm not in favor, and if there is a request to bring in an individual who's made false allegations against President Clinton, I will be voting that down in committee, just as I will be voting down any individuals that are brought forward that have made false claims against President Trump. I do think that there is a bit of partisan smear attempts in this whole investigation, but it's important to note that Jeffrey Epstein does have all of the telltale signs of an intelligence gathering operation. I think we all know that. I do believe that because of the people
intelligence for who
influence, specifically presidents, etc., that he was targeting, that there is an aspect of, you know, foreign governments trying to pit some of us against each other using this topic. And so we're more focused on that, as well as bringing justice to the victims. And there is no justice when traffickers are given plea deals. And so we'll be following up on that as well.
Do you believe the statement when he said, I saw nothing and I did nothing wrong?
I'm going to go back in, and what I will say is that I don't have any reason to believe right now that he's hiding the ball and everything. He's been pretty transparent.
And is it your belief and or the committee's belief that the former president was targeted by Jeffrey Epstein on behalf of the foreign nation?
It is in my opinion, I don't think the opinion of the committee, but I do believe that Jeffrey Epstein was targeting many politicians, many influential people, especially in regards to economic policy, etc. And I do believe that it was possible that not just him, but likely Secretary Clinton, as well as a number of other people, were targeted due to an intelligence gathering operation. I think the American people will agree with me on that. But again, I don't want to get into too much of the specifics of the deposition, and I will be able to tell you at least once this is over, and we will be also trying to release those recordings from
I mean, it seems like Trump is above the law, doesn't it, Mike?
Clinton's as soon as possible. Thank you, guys.
Dude's actually been convicted, and he still gets to be president.
They're
insane.
giving the latest updates right here.
Seems like the Epstein class is above the law. Here's the House Democrats just a couple hours ago updating on, this is probably when they broke for lunch. This deposition still currently ongoing.
President Clinton, in his opening, made the most important statement. No one is above the law. And he made it clear that it was perfectly appropriate for the committee to call him and ask him tough questions about what happened. He also made it clear that it was totally inappropriate for this committee to call Secretary Clinton. That's why personally I didn't even show up yesterday. I thought it was outrageous the way they treated Secretary Clinton. She has nothing to do with that. But President Clinton answered the questions. I think you'll see when we have the deposition that our side that put the survivors first. We had our members, our lawyers ask questions to get the basic facts and asked difficult questions, and the president answered. And it was civil, and he set the tone, in my view, for the precedent that President Trump needs to now come and answer these questions, that Howard Lutnick needs to answer these questions, that other people part of the Epstein class who've been in these files need to come before this committee and ask these questions. And then that's the only way we're going to have accountability and healing. Now I'll turn it over to our ranking member, Garcia.
I'm just going to introduce folks. I'll make some comments at the end. I'm going to introduce other members. First we have is Congresswoman Emily Randall.
Thank you. As you heard, President Clinton in his opening statement said that America was built on the idea that no person is above the law, even presidents, especially presidents. And the Democratic members of the Oversight Committee feel the same. No one is above the law, and anyone with knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes should absolutely come before the committee to give testimony about what they saw or did. Who was there?
Indeed.
Who was involved? Survivors like Charlene Richard, who was my State of the Union guest, deserve the accountability and the truth. The American people deserve accountability and truth. That means a complete release of the files and cooperation, not obstruction, from Pam Bondi, and it means testimony on the record from anyone with information, whether that's Howard Lutnick, Bill Gates, Larry Summers, and yes, even and especially Donald Trump.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury, and I am deeply proud to represent New Mexico's 1st Congressional District, where our state has taken action where the federal government
DC Long, Thomas Massey, and Ro Khanna
through our state
are the reason we have the files,
crimes
not
committed
Trump.
by
Trump has
Jeffrey
done everything he can to block
his
them and continues to
associates in
block
New
them and
Mexico,
violate the law.
as well as passed the first state-level truth commission in this case ever passed in the history of the United States. We will be working very closely to make sure that the state is able to make a full accounting of the crimes in New Mexico. With regards to today's deposition, I want to be clear at the outset that President Clinton, as of today, has not been accused of a crime. There are not public files available that accuse him of a crime, whereas there are publicly available documents that do allege a crime of President Trump. But it is very well established that President Clinton had a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and we are treating this investigation extraordinarily seriously. And when you see the report...
Hello, everybody. Congressman Maxwell Frost. First off, I just thank you to President Clinton for coming here today to speak with us. Answering these questions has been helpful for us as we will continue this investigation. Donald Trump, as we know, needs to come before this committee. He's been caught in multiple lies as it relates to his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I can tell you I've seen unredacted files myself that directly refute his assertion that he kicked out Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago and the reasoning why he did that. Also, walking out of this, I can tell you we all now have a lot of new questions that we have to raise as it relates to the reasoning on why Donald Trump had a falling out with Jeffrey Epstein in the first place. Another
Trump
thing is
contradicts
that I saw about an hour ago
the idea that he kicked him out, reported him to the
quote,
cops.
a very innocent guy. Donald Trump has asserted many times that he knew nothing of Epstein's crimes. If he doesn't know anything about Epstein's crimes, how can he know for sure that Howard Lutnick is, quote, a very innocent guy? We have questions for him. And I think what today is showing and what yesterday is showing is, of course, no one's above the law. That includes the President of the United States. And my hope is that our Republican colleagues, as we walk out of here
doubt.
DC, will join us in making sure that we can hear from Howard Lutnick, from Pam Bondi, and from President Trump.
So again, this is a couple hours ago. This is the Democrats.
I'm sorry, representing Arizona's 3rd District. I think today
This is probably where
was
they
an
took a lunch
historic day
break.
for transparency in the United States of America. The fact that we have the former President of the United States, Bill Clinton, under oath, speaking to the Oversight Committee and answering questions in a transparent manner is critical. I look forward to the Republican majority listening to our demand of having the transcripts and videos unedited of both depositions, today's and yesterday's, released immediately, because the American public deserves to hear and see these answers for themselves. And ultimately, this demonstrates that nobody is above the law. And my top concern at this moment is the ongoing White House cover-up. It is deeply concerning that we are seeing a very poor...
That was earlier with the Democrats. Let's go ahead and we're going to go live to Corpus Christi, where Trump is speaking. I said it wasn't a campaign rally, but it's kind of a campaign rally.
Like that color. What a nice bridge. And we dredged nice and deeply. I guess they said 54 feet or something. It's about as deep as you can go. I think we could go a few feet deeper, and then you could. You want to go a little bit deeper?
That's what she says.
What the hell? It's only money. With the men and women here today, we're unleashing America's potential, strengthening our security, increasing our prosperity. We have the most successful country anywhere in the world. A year and a half ago, we had a dead country. Our country was dead. You know it better than anybody. And cementing America's status as the #1 energy superpower by far anywhere on earth. And I want to thank Venezuela, because our relationship is a very good one. We're a very, very good one. We're having a very good relationship. That ship is from Venezuela. For 4 long years before I took office, the Biden administration...
Did you steal it from Venezuela? Or are you...
in history, not one of them.
Showing off your plunder?
How could you get... Can you get worse? Somebody said, please don't be political today. Okay, but he's the worst president we've ever had. And its allies in Congress waged a radical left war on American oil and natural gas like you've never seen.
He's got the sound.
They were killing our country and killing your area right here. In fact, they say if I wanted, I could work.
They were strumming
mayor of Corpus
or
Christi,
paying with his finger.
I think so. What the hell? I looked at your job stats. You have done very well with Trump. They killed the Keystone XL pipeline. This is the Biden group. Here's the good news. In all fairness, he had no idea what the hell was happening. But it was his administration of horrible people. Horrible. Radical left. Well, no, he used the auto pen very well. There's never been anybody in history that used an auto pen like that. Almost conclusively. He piled
Apparently
crippling
Trump
regulations
does.
on producers and refiners, imposed natural gas export ban, and slashed new leases for drilling by 95%. That's Biden. Under their Green New scam, one of the greatest scams in history, gasoline reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states, fueling the worst inflation in the history of our country. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country. You've heard me say this before, the fake news sitting back there. They say Trump exaggerated.
You're Willie
Nelson
Nelson
in history. They say it was
You're
48
smoking
years.
some of the
Okay,
best
we'll
dope
take that.
God ever put breath
You know,
in.
in a way, 48 years sounds even worse if you want to know the truth. But they tell me it's 48 years. It's not. I think it's the history of our country. But whether it's 48 years or the history of our country, they're both pretty bad. Do we agree? But all of that changed. My first day back.
Does anybody think this dude knows what's going on?
Back like never before.
Because if you think this guy knows what's going on, like, there's no help for you.
Energy emergency. I ended the Biden export ban, and I told our great Texas energy workers to very simply drill, baby, drill.
I can't wait till we see numbers from last year. We find out that Biden produced more oil than he did.
Barrels a day. Natural gas production is at an all-time record high by far. And today, right here...
It was at a record high in like 2023.
Down to just less than, actually, now $2.30. I just left Iowa 2 weeks ago. $1.99, and then I passed another one, $1.85. It's happening. It's happening.
It's
So
happening.
we're witnessing a historic American energy boom like we've never seen, and this port is right at the center of the action. So who lives here or this area? Who lives?
Trump knows best, guys.
A lot of happy people here.
Happy,
It's
shiny
nice
people.
To be loved. You know, it's nice to be loved. Thank you. Thank you. In my first term, I approved vital federal funding to deepen the channel and fully modernize the Christie. Since that crucial
Modernize the Christie.
companies have flocked here, creating tens of thousands of jobs and generating billions and billions of dollars in revenue for your community. Joe Biden came in and tried to cut off.
You should see the
port
TikTok
funding,
chat.
Immediately tried to cut it off. What we did, we had a tremendously successful first term, and he came in and tried to take away what we had. But today, the dock workers, we stopped them. And today, the dock workers, energy workers, and great people.
I have some
Texas,
story about a dude that said he rubbed helmets
a
with
president that loves our
Trump.
country, a president that fights for our
It was
country,
apparently a rock star.
and a president who's got your back.
I didn't click on the story to find out who it was, but I saved it for later.
Liquefied natural gas are up 37%. Think of that. And the past year, the highest level in American history, and going up a lot. Crude oil exports are up by
Mike, what the fuck are you talking
thousands
about?
of barrels a day. Venezuela, think of it, 80 million so far. We just started. 80 million barrels of fuel. Think 80 million barrels of oil. Think of what that means. Think of a stadium with 80,000 people. Now say 80 million. That's what we've taken, and it's great for Venezuela, and it's great for us. It's great for us, great for Venezuela. And a lot of it, like that, a lot of it comes right here. And with our new friend and partner, Venezuela, we're going to do a lot of other things. We're going to be doing a lot. We're having a great relationship with their government. Has anybody ever witnessed anything so beautiful, so decisive, and so popular with the people of Venezuela? It was very popular. In fact, 360,000 barrels of Venezuelan crude are right now sitting in the tanker on my left.
That you stole.
It's a nice one. So where the hell does that one come from? For the benefit of both our nations, we're going to refine their oil right here in America and right here in Texas, and then export it to all over the world. We're going to keep some for ourselves. We're going to give some to them, and they're going to make more money than they've ever made before. We'll help build their country again, which was a disaster. And we're going to build it up, and we're going to benefit also, and that's the way it's supposed to be, right? It's going to be great. One person.
America's made that promise before. It's not worked out well.
Firsthand is Jesse Robinson. Jesse? Come on up here, Jesse. He began his career at this port working on the front lines of railroad operations and has risen to become one of the port's key leaders. I can see that, by the way. You all know him, helping to drive the American energy surge. It is a surge like nobody's ever seen. Jesse, come on up and say a few words.
Wow.
Yeah, he looks like a Jesse.
Good afternoon, everyone. You know, I've been on this cargo dock probably 1,000 times, but I never could have imagined standing at this podium at this very moment with all of you as we honor together what an irrefutably historical moment this is. In my role as Director of Asset Management here at the port, I see firsthand every day the valuable contributions by President Trump. I see the millions of dollars in federal funds invested in infrastructure that helps us serve our customers so they can then...
What infrastructure bill has he passed? Well, last infrastructure bill was under Biden.
Roughly 75 employees and contractors, most of which are here today. And I can tell you with utmost sincerity that every one of us takes great pride in our jobs, supporting this global gateway. We work hard and with humility. This waterway means something to us. It represents the economic opportunity for tens of thousands of families throughout this region. I want to thank my family for supporting my commitment to this port. I want to thank my team for their heart and grit. And I want to thank President Trump for recognizing their tenacity and value. Thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse. Great guy and great family and hard worker.
Old Jesse boy.
All hard workers. I'm a hard worker. We're all hard workers. Slashing.
I don't
costs.
believe
By
that.
the way, how did you like the State of the Union the other night?
Well, if you really want to know, I fell asleep. You can see the video on TikTok or YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you.
Took a little nap with Smokey.
Did you see these people on my right, the way they just sat there? Some of them. How about Omar screaming like a lunatic?
Chat, give Vernon the phone
She's
number.
crazy. Get her the hell out of here. The Omar and her friend, and her little friend sitting next to her. Slashing energy costs is among the most important actions we can take to bring down prices for American consumers, because when you cut the cost of energy, you really cut You just cut the cost of it. Everything follows. Look, you're in an industry, a business, whatever you want to call it, a profession in many cases. Everything follows energy. Now, AI, they build these big plants. They say, how do you make your money? Information. Somehow I like oil better. I'm sorry. I think oil. If I had my choice, I have to stick with oil. In 12 months, we've driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it's been down to 1 point inflation, 1.7%. Nobody thought that. So we went from the highest inflation ever to low inflation. Everything took place. I've been here 1 year. Think of it, 1 year, a little bit more than 1 year now. Time flies. Time flies. Maybe we do one more term.
It feels like a lifetime has passed.
Do one more term.
Really?
One more. Well, we're entitled to it because they cheated like hell in the second.
No.
We would actually be entitled to it. But think of it, the price of eggs is down 60%.
He's not going to leave. He's not going to leave willingly.
Hotels, automobiles,
again.
rent is lower today than it has been in years. And even beef is right now on the way down. It's coming down fast. Prices of almost everything is down, and we inherited a mess 1 year ago.
That's not true.
A mess. And they came
Eggs are back to normal prices, but beef is not down.
And I said, what are they talking about? They're the ones that caused it. They're cons, they're liars, not good. Other than that, we want to have unity. Let's have unity. To have unity, you need sane people on the other side. And when you watch them not stand up for a mother that just lost her daughter, or not stand up for a great bread.
They're cons, they're liars, but we need to have unity.
So amazing in Venezuela. Or not stand up when I ask the question. Stand up if you love our country. Think of it. And you love great American patriots. But don't stand up if you don't. Or if you love illegal alien criminals.
And that's what's really funny is the part where I went to sleep was apparently where the dude with that had his shin shot off like Cotton Hill.
They are getting killed.
He struggled to stand up, and I was over there snoozing with Smokey.
Stand up for anything. Stand up. They were instructed. They have terrible policy, terrible everything, but they do stay together, as bad as it is. But they were instructed, under no circumstances are you to applaud or stand up. So I say, stand up for a mother who lost her beautiful daughter, and they don't applaud. They sit there and eventually we just looked at him and said,
damn right, Sassy Mo.
People are crazy.
Welcome in.
And
this dude is crazy.
And we got to win the midterms. We brought this country back. We don't want to lose the midterm. We got to win the midterms. We got to get out. You got to get out, and we got to vote, and we'll keep it all going. Better even than it is now, as good as it is. Tuesday night, in my State of the Union address, I laid out the historic actions my administration is taking to put more money in the pockets of workers and families like those here today, the greatest people on earth. You built the country. And to ensure that we always keep America first. They don't keep America first. They keep America last. With the help of our Republican majorities in Congress, we passed the largest tax cuts in American history. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And the average Texas family will save over $4,000 on their taxes this year alone, and much more next year. We gave you the best tax cuts anyone's seen. We also got you an interest deduction if you buy a car. You can, if you borrow some money to buy a car, you have a loan, you're allowed to deduct the interest for income tax purposes. Never happened before. But only if it's an American.
We got some movement out here.
We have cut a record number of job-killing regulations, slashing 129 old regulations.
I don't think anybody's coming out yet, though.
New regulation that we approve. So if we put a regulation,
this is live. This is Trump live in Corpus Christi, Texas.
29 old regulations, which is far.
We're waiting
and above
possibly to hear from Bill Clinton. We heard from Hillary yesterday.
Vehicle mandate where you had to have a car, like all electric car, within a couple of years. Yet it was not going to work.
I don't think
I
that
mean,
was a
you don't mind
thing.
driving 200 miles to get a charger, right? You ever see the signs? Charge. You're running out, you're running low, and they say, charging booth 112 miles.
Carla, welcome in.
These people are crazy, I'm telling you. But the mandate is over and the other radical attacks, and now you can go out and...
That's a good point, Sassy. Somebody was attacking
gasoline
Ilhan
powered
Omar
car,
on
a
Twitter.
hybrid, an electric car, you can buy whatever the hell
And
you
someone else pointed it out. Ilhan Omar has been a citizen longer than Melania.
In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion. So $1 trillion less, much less, of new investment came into the country. In less than 12 months, I secured commitments for more than 18
Oh, yeah,
Think of
Fragwitz.
it. For 4 years, think of it, what it does to a place like this. 4 years, much less than
That is the live shot
Less
outside
than
of
1
the
year,
Chappaqua
more than 18
Performing Arts Center.
I would say that's the difference between making America great again and making America a major loser. A short time ago,
Yeah.
we were a dead country. We were totally a
Hillary was about 5 hours yesterday, and they said they were going to go longer with
It was
Bill.
over. They invested $2 trillion in our country. I was over there with other great countries, but the King of Saudi Arabia said to me, President, 2 years ago, you were a dead country. Now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. Can you imagine? The stock market has hit 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that in 1 year. Adding trillions of dollars in value, Americans' pensions and 401ks and retirement accounts, they're all through the roof. Who has a 401k? Wow. Is anybody unhappy with the job?
I feel like I need to look
Your
that up. 'cause I
401k
feel like I
is
got a couple different
Are they double?
401ks from other jobs I can like grab.
I have a policeman.
But
I
they're
tell
just
this
floating
story,
around
fake
out there
idea.
somewhere.
But this wonderful, tough policeman from New York, he's taking good care of us. And he said, sir, it's so good my married life has gotten so much better. Why? My wife thought I was a loser financially. I couldn't make any money because my 401k was dying for years. And now she thinks I'm the smartest financial genius ever. It's made my sex life good. It's made my life good.
Yeah, this totally didn't happen.
It's given me a tremendous boost in life, sir. This is a big, tough cop. He said, my wife treated me like a dog, and now she admires my financial genius, and I haven't done anything. My 401k has gone through the roof. So I said, thank you very much. But everybody's there, right? Everybody's up. Has anybody gone down with their 401k? Because if you do, you're a loser. Nobody. And then, you hear these radical lunatics say, the stock market doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because they have 401ks, they have investments, they buy stocks without 401ks. It matters a lot. Our stock market's going through. We beat 50,000 on the Dow. They said when I got elected, if I
Dow
could
is
beat
not over
50,000
50
by
grand.
the end of my 4th year, it would be a tremendous miracle. And we then hit 7,000 on the S&P. And that was even tougher. They said there's no way that could be done. I did them both by the end of my 1st year. Not my 4th year, my 1st year. Which means you also did them both. So, so everybody's happy. And to help ensure that all Americans share in the gains from the rising stock market, I announced on Tuesday night that any worker whose employer does not provide matching contributions to a retirement account, my administration will begin matching your retirement savings with up to $1,000 a year. Nobody ever thought that's possible. And we passed a bill, the great big beautiful bill that the Democrats are, they're always saying, oh, the great big beautiful, they don't know. It's basically the great big beautiful tax cut bill, if you really want to look at it.
Yep,
Probably
it's a tax cut for rich people.
Every parent can actively just activate all of their children's accounts. We have a new thing, and it was Michael and Susan Dell Computer. Go out and buy a Dell computer. They're great.
Bert, welcome in.
Because he put up $6.25 billion in the Trump accounts, and it's for children. It's tax-free investment accounts for every American.
I don't know
child,
why
every
people
single
decided
American
to
child.
keep this pedo out of prison.
Born rich. So millions and millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell who have donated think of it, $6 billion. He put up $6.250 billion, and now he wants to put up more to fund what's called the Trump accounts for 25 million American children, and that number is growing rapidly all the time. So these children, they reach 18 or 19 or 20, they could have over 100,000. They could have much more than that. Think of it. They'll be like rich.
They'll be like rich.
A small amount of seed money.
We're about 9 minutes away from 420 in the Central
well
Time
over
Zone.
$100,000. And to make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov. It is amazing. It's going through the roof. One American who is benefiting tremendously from our tax cuts is Kevin Rhodes from Andrews, Texas. Kevin is a Marine Corps veteran.
Damn it, Kevin.
Who spent 20 years in the oil and gas industry. Great guy, just met him. He works as a wells tech in...
Oh, are you telling me you're not going to open a Trump account for your kids' media winch?
In overtime. No, there's no tax on overtime anymore, Kevin. As a result, Kevin and his wife, Marcy, will take home
You like saying Kevin.
$7,000 extra this year thanks to no tax on overtime, with money that they are going to take. The two boys are on a road trip to Yellowstone National Park. Nice place. Well, you could save the money or you could buy a house and do whatever the hell you want with it, right? But you know what? I'd like to have Kevin.
Well, if you buy the house, you can do whatever the hell you want with it.
No tax in this case.
Why you buy a house?
Think of it. No tax on tips.
You'd be like, it's my house. You can get the fuck out.
Social Security for the seniors. So who the hell else could have gotten that? Come on up, Kevin.
Fucking Kevin. Oh, that is not what I expected Kevin to look like. Oh. I guess this is Kevin.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a huge honor to be here in Corpus Christi, Texas, with everyone here.
Big burly Kevin.
It's
a huge honor to be here with Donald Trump.
Raw. With my wife, who is a small business owner. We own a small catering
You
company.
got more testosterone than you do, dude.
We are products of the oil and gas
your mustache.
of West Texas. We send our oil here to Corpus Christi to send out across the world. With the legislation...
She's cute. I shouldn't have done that.
...that has been passed with a no tax on...
yeah, cancel Justin.
We were able to buy a commercial refrigerator for our business. And then, like Mr. President said, we're going to take our kids on a trip to Yellowstone and Grand Teton.
But seriously, like Mr. President said... Or you can welcome in.
Two parents trying to give the best life to their children. Opportunities for both of our sons. One who is in automation, fixing to go into the oil and gas industry. We have big dreams.
He has a nice beard,
for
though.
the future of this nation and our family. We are grateful.
He looks like that one
like
guy,
Mr. Trump, that allows us.
Maskless Moses.
We are grateful that
all
he has
the
put
chuds.
America first.
They have a look.
So God bless you, Mr. President, and God bless this nation. Thank you very much.
Got some activity outside of the Chappaqua Performing Arts Center.
That's great. Thank you very much, both.
You're waiting.
So
we're going to hear from Republicans, I'm sure.
Man who's, they say, the most talented
possibly
man
Democrats, and possibly Bill Clinton himself.
Doug Burgum, who is, is a great gentleman.
Doug Burgum.
Governor of North Dakota. I wanted to put him at energy. He said, sir, I'm really good at energy, but there's one man that's better, and his name is Chris Wright. So I made Chris Wright the Secretary of Energy, and he has really proven to be fantastic wherever you are, Chris. Where is Chris? Thank you.
Oh, I'm sure he sucks.
He's got a beautiful hat.
Oh, he's got a beautiful hat.
I love the hat. Gulf of America. I love that hat. We have one of the great governors of our country. He is an unbelievable guy, a tremendous friend of mine, and he is something very special.
He's a friend of yours,
He's tough
sir.
as hell, I want to tell you. If you think he's a nice guy, you're wrong. He's tough.
I doubt he's a nice guy.
Mean, but it's all for you. So I want to just say, Greg Abbott, we love you, Greg Abbott.
Socialist aunt, welcome in.
Good.
It's not just my socialist aunt. She's
Lieutenant
your
Governor
socialist aunt.
Dan Patrick. Thank you.
Not the
He's
dude
been
from
the chairman of
ESPN. Different dude. Really
He's been
shitty
the chairman
dude.
of my campaign all three times. All three times we set records. We set records like nobody. Okay, I don't want to brag, but in the
Bullshit.
history of Texas, I have, correct, Governor, I have by far
The entire
largest
fucking speech has
number of
been
votes
nothing but
ever
you
gotten,
bragging.
and it was the highest, then the highest again, and we just topped it big in the last election.
I'm not high enough for
So we
this
have the
shit.
highest
We've got 4 minutes
ever got.
until
by a lot.
4:20 in the Central Time Zone. Tony,
I think I got
this
it.
is Donald Trump live in
I'll stay in
Corpus Christi,
Washington for a little
Texas.
while. We'll stay in
The
Washington.
inset video you see is from
So thank you very
Chappaqua,
much, and we
New
have a
York,
great attorney
where
general.
Bill Clinton is currently giving a deposition
Hi,
in
Ken.
front of the House
Hi, Ken.
GOP Oversight Committee.
And we have a great senator, John Cornyn. Hi, John. Thank you, John. Doing a little race together. You know that, right? A little bit of a race. It's going to be an interesting one, right? They're both great people, too. Thank you both very much. We appreciate it.
I doubt.
Texas House Speaker Dustin Burrows, he's here, doing a terrific job.
Damn it, Dustin.
Hi, Dustin. Thank you, Dustin. Good job.
He's no Dustin Diamond, in my opinion.
Thank you. Much better than the last guy, Dustin. And we have a senator who's really an amazing guy. I'm thinking about putting him in the Supreme Court. No, I'm thinking because it's very hard. You know, getting these nominations through is very tough. He's the only guy I know. He'll get 100% of the Democrat vote, 100% of the Republican vote. They want to get him out of there. He is such a pain in the ass, but he's so good and so
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
I knew it. I knew it. Everybody hates him so much I could get him on the Supreme Court.
That's right.
That's
We have
literally
no
what
problem.
Trump just
picked it.
said.
That had solved that problem. No, he's a great guy. And he's a very talented guy, too. Smart. Representatives John Carter, Randy Weber, Jason Smith, Brian Babin. These are all incredible warriors.
John Carter.
Jody Arrington, Lance Gooden.
Better known
Chip
as
Boyd, running for office. Chip, where's Chip?
HOVA.
You're doing a good job, Chip. Michael Cloud.
You're going to join me for
That's right.
4:20 in the Central Time Zone.
Whoa.
You got less than 2 minutes.
Okay,
getting the
this
bowl
is his
packed up,
district,
ready
and
to
people
go.
Like you. You know, I've had.
We're going to do the countdown. We're going to come back to Trump speak because I'm not high enough for this shit.
They like you, Michael. That's good. And you know what?
They like him?
Because he's
They really like him?
phenomenal congressman.
Yeah, Mikey, they really like you.
Congressman. Thank you for the great job, and you got that dredging. Is it 54 or 56 feet?
How many people, like, you have to be, like, over my age to even get that, because I don't think people my age get it. I'm
Hey,
just a
got
classic
that
TV
done. We got it done
nerd.
together, right?
I think you got to be, like,
Thank you very
fucking,
much. You
like,
have a great
50 to get that.
Congressman Tony Gonzalez is here. Tony, congratulations. Jake Elzy, Monica De La Cruz.
30 seconds till 4:20 in the Central Time Zone.
Self, good
TikTok
guy.
people,
These are great people.
YouTube
Thank you.
vertical people, you don't get to partake with us. Well, you'll hear what's
Gill,
going
a young
on.
one, I endorsed him. I said,
But I could go be naughty off
mine
camera,
happens to have a slight relationship.
so you don't get to see
I
what we're
endorsed him. I
doing.
said, what does he know about politics? I was,
What do you know about politics, dipshit? No, it was earlier than that. That's what I was referencing. It was earlier than the 90s. That was like the 70s. You know, I think I've ever had live cereal. Oh God, that one got me. I had dabs in that one. It got me. It got me good.
I love Corpus Christi. And I love Donald Trump.
Sounds really gay, dude.
Thank you, Dennis. Did a great job. Thank you, Dennis. Got a new movie coming out, by the way. Thanks as well to several great Texas.
Who the fuck was that?
Jessica Steinman, who's doing unbelievably well. Where's Jessica? You're around here someplace. Thank you, Jessica. Alex Mailer. Alex, thank you. Thank you, Alex. Chris Gabber. Thank you, Chris. Mark Teixeira. Yake, are you the great
72. I would have guessed
throw that
77,
ball.
76.
We need you.
72. That's
we
a
need
long
you
time.
desperately. And I hear you doing very well. I endorsed all of these people, by the way. And I hear you doing very well. I'll tell you what, that's the end of the Democrats' chances of winning the game. When you have a top major league player in your team, they're in deep trouble. That's good. We're rooting for you, big. I'm a big fan too. What a great baseball player you were. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, Markov, I'm sorry. We're awaiting the Hillary Clinton video from yesterday, or somebody to speak about the Bill Clinton deposition from today.
John Bunk. They're all leading in the polls. Everyone.
John Bunk.
And I want to call up 3 people that are running, and we don't even have the polls yet, but they're, I think, doing well. When we endorse people, I take it seriously, but these people we endorse, and just run on up here real fast. Carlos De La Cruz, Webb County Judge Tano Tijerina. Tijerina, come on up. And former Assistant Attorney Eric Flores are all running, and I think they're doing great. Say a couple of words.
Yes, sir.
I have to first thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for opening every single door for my family.
Did you hear John Barron call into C-SPAN the other day?
Daughter Rebecca. And Mr. President, I want to thank you, sir, for
Yeah, I think he's their Senate primary,
and making America
but also
strong.
to tout energy.
And I got a lot of fight
He was there to
in
speak
me,
with
sir.
some sort of
And
energy
I'm going to make sure
board.
that Texas 35 brings you a
Oh, because it's Texas. Everything bigger in
Mr. President,
Texas.
it's true an honor to stand up here. Soy un mexicano, Mexican American, soy un mexicano pero orgulloso, porque aquí estoy con el mejor presidente de todo el mundo. Mr. President,
CSW, welcome
Texas right
in.
here. Hard-working patriots, faith-filled patriots, Mr. President. Men and women that power this country, that our ports, our refineries, our ranches.
I think he said hate-filled patriots, right?
Aquí no tenemos miedo para trabajar. Nunca tenemos miedo. We're not just a border, but we're the future, Mr. President. And we're here to back you up and continue the fight, fight, fight.
Woo! Mr. President, I am honored to be here with you today. As someone who has worn the uniform of the United States Army,
He is
locking
honored
up
to
some
stand
of
next
the
to a
worst of the
pedophile.
worst. I believe in strength, never backing down and staying focused on the mission. That is the kind of leadership that you have brought back to America, and that's the leadership that I will bring to D.C. to fight for Texas 34 and always have your back, Mr. President. South Texas stands ready to do our part to secure our borders, grow our economy, and keep America strong. Thank you for being here, Mr. President, in Corpus Christi. Thank you for your endorsement and for your trust. And above all, Thank you for your unwavering, unapologetic devotion to our great nation. God bless you, Mr. President.
Good guys. They're all, I hear, doing really well. We haven't seen the polls, but they're all winning. Everybody I named is winning. But every day, and you know, it's interesting, the governor called me after the last election. He said, you know, you did something no Republican has ever done. You won every border town and little border city, but every border town, all the way up and down, all the way from one side to the other. He said, first time it's ever happened since, he used the word Reconstruction, right? And I said, by Reconstruction, are you saying the Civil War? Is that what you're saying? That was a fancy way of saying the Civil War. He said that's the first time it's happened. War. We won every single and largely Hispanic vote. We love the Hispanic voters. We love them. And what a lot of people didn't understand, that the Hispanic voter wants safety and understands safety better than anybody else. So when I said we want safety, we want law and order, they got it better than anybody else, and they voted for Trump. So I just want to thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, man. Every day under the Trump administration, we're taking on the corruption and fraud that drives up your cost of living, and we're defending the honest, hardworking citizens of our country like you. Under the most favored nation agreements for drug prices, we're slashing drug prices at record levels like never seen before, with price differences of 400, 500, even 600%. I went to other countries. I said, no way. You know,
That's
we were paying
impossible.
the highest prices in the entire world by far. And now we're paying the lowest price. It's numbers that have come down for decades. Think of it. For decades, Americans have paid the highest drug prices. Nobody's ever paid more.
I think we're just edging with Iran.
8, 10, 12
Never actually going to
times
attack
more than
them.
places in Europe and other countries.
We're just edging.
But from now on, because of what I did, we're going to be paying the lowest price. Go favored nations, most favored nations. So these incredible price reductions are available right now. And I didn't name this, but somebody did. They thought it was good. I said, whatever sells. TrumpRx.gov, TrumpRx. And you'll see numbers. You'll see numbers where, and I tell the story of a friend of mine, very smart, very heavy guy. I'm trying to be nice. Never use the word fat.
Smart
Very
fat
heavy,
guy.
Slightly obese. But he takes
Chris
the fat
Christie?
drug, and it didn't work. But he's a very brilliant guy. He's highly neurotic. Very brilliant, very smart, rich. He calls me. He was in London. He called me. He said, you know, he takes the fat drug, one of the many fat drugs. And he says, in New York, I pay $1,300. And in London, I'm paying $87. What the hell is going on? So he checked it. He's a man of means. Same plant, same factory, same manufacturer. Shipped over to London. And it's a tiny fraction. He said, what is it? And I said, well,
National Health Care.
years ago, and nobody's been able to do anything about it, but I'm working on it hard. I got it done. And I got it done by saying very simply to the other countries, if you're not going to do it, we're going to charge you a massive tariff that's many times more, because they had to approve it. The drug companies approved it, the countries approved it, and now you'll have a pill that would sell for $1, but in New York would sell for $13. And now that pill is selling in London for $2 or $3, and it's selling in New York for $2 or $3. Came all the way down. And I said, that alone, Governor, that alone should win us the midterms. Ted, that alone.
YouTube peeps, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Stick around if you want to find the most absurd news, politics, and current events on the internet. That's what we do.
Prices are going down 80%.
Find out what that news be doing Sunday through Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Numbers that nobody ever saw. You know, in my first
We're
term,
live with Trump right now. We're live outside of
where I got it down.
the
1/4%,
Chappaqua
think of it.
Performing Arts
1/4.
Center,
I was
where
so
Bill
proud of myself,
Clinton
I called a news conference immediately.
gave a deposition.
I announced that I got, because nobody in 28
We're still
years
giving a
got drug prices
deposition.
down. I got them down
About 5 hours and
beginning of the year,
counting.
1/4%. I thought it was great, because nobody else had done it for 28 years. Now I've got them down 80%, 85%, 75, 55.
But then you take my 75% chance
And
of
that
winning,
should really
and
do
then
it. And other
66
presidents have
2/3
tried, and they were
percent.
unable to get
I
it.
got
They were unable to get the other
141
countries to do
2/3 chance
it.
of
They were
winning.
unable to get the drug companies.
Oh, he was on
Everything's
screen.
done.
That was cool.
Everything is signed up. You know that Ted and John, and
At least
everybody,
for the
everything
Twitch
is
people
signed
and
up, done. And
YouTube horizontal.
There it is. I mean, it's amazing. Now it's just taking hold. The when it was done, a major paper.
Hey, Justin,
It's
are
the
you
single
trolling?
biggest thing in years in medicine. A major paper put it on page 22 of the newspaper. So we have to
fix
explain it. It's
themselves?
the biggest thing. It's the greatest thing. One of the great things. But that also has to do with bringing your health care way down. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, which is Obamacare, did you ever hear of Barack Hussein Obama? Barack Hussein.
Yeah, I have.
Who likes Barack Hussein Obama?
He all right. He better
Who
than you.
doesn't like him? I've heard worse, honestly. I've heard less popular people than that. Big insurance companies have
You're
gotten
Willie
rich
Nelson.
with our government giving them hundreds
Okay,
of
hold on,
billions
hold on,
of
hold on.
dollars as their stock prices soared because Obamacare was good. It's rotten health insurance. Good for one reason, the insurance companies. The insurance companies made a fortune. The insurance companies own Democrats.
You're Willie
They own
Nelson
them.
high.
So the
You're
Democrats never
smoking
want to
some
do
of the
anything
best
good for us. They
dope
want
God
to do it
ever
for the
put
insurance
breath in.
companies. That's why Obamacare is terrible, and it's way too
Fix it
expensive.
here.
So that's why it introduced.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth.
Oh.
Buy your own health care, which is better and much less expensive.
Okay, I fixed it for you guys. At least we got graphics again.
A new ratepayer protection pledge. We're also telling the big tech companies that energy usage, AI data centers cannot drive up electric prices in communities. They have an obligation to pay that. We have told them, you got to build your own power plant. You can't take it. You got to build it. And actually, we're doing them a favor because they never thought that happened.
That doesn't make any sense to me. How does that
Our
work?
grid, which is very old and broken, tired, and doesn't have great capacity to not sustain the kind of numbers that we're draining out of it. So I gave them the right, and now it's mandatory. I made it mandatory where they have to build their own electric power plant, so they're no longer taking out of the community. And any excess they get back into the grid. So the grid is actually going to be enhanced as opposed to hurt. They wouldn't have been able. We're leading China. We're leading everybody right now in AI. And the reason we're doing it is because they're building their own plant. Otherwise, we couldn't
I
build
bet.
much at all. And so I just want you to know, as you see these massive plants, they're building their own power plant. They're becoming essentially their own utility. We're expanding the dream of home ownership to millions of Americans. And after
I'm pretty sure he's lying about that.
$200 billion in mortgage bonds. That's $200 billion in mortgage bonds. Mortgage rates just fell substantially lower than 6% for the first time in 5 years. The annual cost of a typical new mortgage is now down almost $5,000 in 1 year. Think of that. And I have a lousy guy in the Fed. Terrible. Jerome Too Late. You know what? He's too late. You know why we call him too late? He's too late in reducing mortgage interest rates or interest rate. He's not doing too good. But fortunately, he's going to be out of there soon. But even despite him, you know, did you ever hear you got a little wall, an obstacle, you power through, we power through the wall. He's a wall that we just power through. In the past 12 months, we've helped over 50,000 first-time home buyers in Texas get the house of their dreams, and we've really created the American dream. By the way, our country right now, this is the golden age of America. We're in the golden age. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of the golden age. You're going to be reading about this in 100 years. We are in the golden age of
It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Got to win the midterms. We've got to keep it going. Last month, I signed an executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying large numbers of family homes, single-family homes. No, you'd have these firms go out and buy 2,000 houses. We don't want it. We want you to buy the houses, not them. We're also fighting to pass the Save America Act, my all-time favorite.
I think I fixed the drops for everybody now.
It's my all-time
They don't know what
favorite.
the fuck they're
The
doing. Do you understand
Save America Act. We got it, John. You hit
Yay.
that, Ted. You're unstoppable because, you know, they cheat like hell in elections, in case you haven't noticed. They cheated in the third election. Second election was ridiculous. We got them. We caught them. It's all coming out. It's coming out daily. It's coming out. They cheated like dogs. That guy couldn't win.
Harry plays. I
But to
agree
stop
with you.
illegal
If you
aliens
believe
and
that
other
Trump is a
unpermitted
terrorist,
person. See, that's a politically correct.
come hang out with us on the Troll Patrol. We'll make fun of
rather
this
than illegal
dipshit.
aliens. They'd rather have us use unpermitted persons. The first time I've ever heard that word.
Subscribe to the channel.
sort of like 'em.
Hit that like button.
Is that the new phrase we're using? The governor says no. Good.
That's what the kids are saying
No,
now.
right? Unpermitted. He's an unpermitted person. He's killed 19 people. We're not permitting him in. From voting in our sacred American elections. We don't want people that aren't citizens of our country voting. We don't want people that aren't studied, and we don't want people that can't love our country voting in our elections. So it's very simple. All voters must show this is the
I
same
don't know what that means.
America Act. Now think of it. I watched Schumer the other day. We will stop the Save America Act. I said, no, we're talking about saving America. It's a really hard thing. It was like MAGA. Biden, remember Biden? He made those speeches. We will stop MAGA.
Come on,
Then
man.
he falls off the stage. We will stop MAGA. We must stop.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
No. MAGA is Make America.
My colleagues on both sides of the aisle for their questions today. Representative Stansberry had a lot of courageous questions. She showed bravery today. She and I never get along. Sometimes, in fact, can be seen arguing on oversight. But I say that because this is a place that is not partisan. This is a place where the country is seeing Republicans and Democrats work together to figure this out, find the truth, and try to come up with solutions so that when this happens, women are believed, men are prosecuted, their abusers are prosecuted, and justice can be seen and can be done. And I want to thank everyone for their hard work. I think I can't say anything about the questions and answers today or yesterday, but I will comment that I believe you'll see some inconsistencies in some of the responses. I brought that to the forefront this afternoon. Thank you.
I'd like to close by saying that we do intend to follow up and bring in, and I know that that's up to the chairman's discretion, but some of the co-conspirators that were given lesser sentences that were known to have trafficked young girls. Unacceptable. There's a difference between a victim and someone who engaged in prostitution and the trafficking of minors, and that needs to be clarified. I will again hold to the same thing that I said earlier, and that I do believe, and I'm sure some people on this committee also believe, that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligence asset and running some form of a honeypot operation. I do believe that President Clinton, as well as the secretary, were potentially targets of that operation, and we will leave it at that. And I look forward to seeing you all react to the depositions, as I think that this is information that's important and belongs to the American people.
Mr. Langworthy.
I look forward to seeing the
I want
depositions.
to reiterate what some of my colleagues have said. I want to salute our chairman, James Comer, for putting together an extremely professional deposition these last 2 days. Factual. This was not a highly partisan event like most of our hearings are when we're in Washington. We were there to ask direct questions. I think President Clinton today was quite candid, probably more candid than his attorneys were comfortable with. But I think that this will, obviously, when we release the video of this, I mean, you'll have the opportunity to digest it. But we do have to get justice for the victims, because in all of the political food fight of Washington, D.C., what is getting lost is the fact that there are victims that deserve justice. Yes.
Can you definitely say that as a result of the former president's deposition, you now have more information that you didn't have before about his sex trafficking ring? And secondly, also, as a result of the deposition, will you be opening any new investigations or new inquiries into specific individuals or institutions?
There were a lot of very specific questions about very specific documents and correspondence that were subpoenaed by that we got from the Department of Justice as well as the Epstein estate. Many times the Clintons couldn't recall or didn't know or denied that they were pertaining to them. So, but I do think that we picked up some new facts. We asked both Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton where we should go from here as a committee, because we're sincere about trying to get the truth to the American people and hold some bad actors accountable in this. Yes, yes.
24 hours ago, you mentioned you're hoping to have Secretary Clinton's deposition released.
Yeah, we're trying. We've got one employee that does the videography, and he had to do the videography today too. So we're going to try to release.
Could have hired me.
Yeah. Well, the transcript has to be approved by the attorney. So the video could very likely come out before the transcripts. Once the transcribers were in here, we had a whole team of transcribers. They're going to put it on paper. Then both sides will get to approve the transcripts. Then we'll release it. That's standard rules of deposition. We always do that. We will do that with the videos as quick as we can get them all uploaded and cleaned up, any background noise or anything like that. Then we will release them hopefully in the next 24 hours. Yes, yes.
Mr. Chairman, I know you've been asked repeatedly about Secretary Lutnick as well. While this deposition was playing out, President Trump said that Secretary Lutnick would testify. Have you made a decision yet on whether you're going to call him in?
Well, we have a lot of questions about anyone who spent time with Epstein post conviction, the first conviction. I think that's where, and if
that would
anyone
include Lutnick,
feel free to speak up. But I think that's where most of our concerns are. Once you knew Jeffrey Epstein was a sex offender, why did you continue a relationship? So, stay tuned.
Howard Lutnick.
Why do you think today was more respectful than yesterday? Was President Clinton more cooperative?
Respectful both days.
Well,
we were respectful.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can watch the video and say, everybody knows President Clinton. He's got Southern people skills. He's a charming individual, obviously.
Southern people skills.
Yes, yes.
You have said in the past that Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton were not
That Southern charm.
to Jeffrey Epstein. After 2 days of asking them very tough questions in that regard, do you still feel the same way, that there's no reason to think that they're connected to any wrongdoing?
Well, they said they weren't. I guess innocent until proven guilty. We're going to go back and look at. There were a lot of. Chad.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. President Trump said today that he knew nothing about the Epstein files and he was exonerated. Do you agree that he is exonerated of this matter?
From all the evidence I've seen, he's been exonerated for a long time.
What?
Well, we'll discuss that as we move forward. Obviously, we've got more people to bring in.
Trump
and
has
we'll see
not
if
been
any
exonerated.
Evidence arises, but right now I haven't seen anything. And if anybody
Can I just say this? The Epstein victims have exonerated President Trump. This is a trope that you guys are, a rabbit hole you guys are going down, but he has been exonerated over and over again by Epstein victims. We need to get all the information on co-conspirators.
That is a
We
lie.
still even have the names of all the co-conspirators because the Southern District of New York is hiding that information by redacting those names. And so he's been exonerated.
real quick, if I can also just add into that.
I was going to call her and tell her she did a good job.
You make the case, the chairman makes the case, but why it was so important to hear in great detail from both Clintons, but why it's not.
If I can just elaborate real quick.
Was
Hold
on
Nancy,
Epstein's
hold on.
plane 26 flights.
Hold on.
I mean, he had information with them for hours and hours, lots
Real
of
quick,
dinners, all the things.
Chad, if I can just add in, President Clinton, and you guys will all be able to hear specifically
did
what
Trump.
he said, reference a 2002-2003 conversation of which he did not feel that President Trump had any wrongdoing in regards to Jeffrey Epstein. It's incredibly important that you guys see through the partisan nature of what has become this entire investigation. It's also important that you guys are reporting the fact that everything that we are seeing in these documents, to include what I presented to both the Secretary and President Clinton, show that Epstein was running an intelligence operation. He was targeting people specifically, and he was intentionally bringing in and using women to traffic in minors and then exposing vulnerabilities for different people. What I will also say is that, like Nancy has said and the chairman, there is nothing that we are seeing where there's criminal involvement or reason to believe that the president has any wrongdoing, and that is why we are not supporting this crazy theory in bringing him into all of this. We appreciate that President Clinton said what he did, and I will say that that has probably been, I guess, the silver lining in all of this.
And I will say Secretary Clinton and President Clinton both offered, I think, suggestions, advice on where this investigation should go based on information they have, things that they've seen, experiences in their positions. And that's helpful to this entire thing. And again, this has been not partisan. We saw really great questions from the Democrat side of the Oversight Committee and the Republican side today. I was very impressed with where this went today.
Nancy, can I ask, when have survivors said to you that President Trump is exonerated?
Yes.
Because they've only ever told me they want to see him questioned.
Nope, I've never heard that from a single victim.
When we met,
which one said he was exonerated?
The Republicans and Democrats met with, what were there, 5 or 6 survivors that day? We met with 2 hours. And their attorneys. Of course, the Democrats asked that question numerous times to the victims, and they all said they never saw anything or heard anything that Donald Trump did wrong, never saw him on the island or anything else.
And if I can just add in real quickly also, there was false allegations made against President Clinton, okay? We are not going to bring in people that were making false allegations against either president. That's not what you do in this, okay? We're looking for justice, and that's why we're going to be bringing in some of the known co-conspirators that were given plea deals, okay? That's justice.
Congressman Luna, you did a great job on that today.
Last question, yes.
You have issues with redactions in the Southern District. Have you raised that concern to the Attorney General?
I have raised my concerns with redaction to the Southern District of New York. They have a letter of the DOJ and the CIA.
My advice to the Department of Justice is release the documents and unredact the names of anyone who wasn't a victim. And I think one of the issues we have, can you be a victim and a victimizer? That's a question that we're going to talk about as we move forward. Now, we look forward to seeing you next week in Washington. We will have further announcements of where we're going with the investigation, but we have 2 more depositions already booked, one with Jeffrey Epstein's accountant and one with Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. So those are forthcoming. We'll probably announce some more people we're going to bring in prior to those depositions. But I think we had a good 2 days in New York City. I appreciate the Clintons being here. Wish it wasn't so hard to get them here, but as often is the case, it was.
He enjoyed being in New York.
Thank you all for being here, and we look forward to releasing the video and the transcript as soon as possible. Thank you all.
Thank you.
So we should hear from the Democratic side momentarily, and possibly Bill himself. We weren't expecting that Hillary would stop yesterday, but she did. Took questions from the press.
Miss May, she's coming.
Rubber baby Bubba bumpers. Pretty quiet right now. This is some little coastal town in upstate New York, isn't it? Chappaqua.
Those are Clinton's.
I would assume. I don't exactly know. Let's find out while we're waiting. Oh, well, I could do this.
Hey, this is Congresswoman Nancy Mace, proudly serving the Low Country, South Carolina's 1st Congressional District. We're eager to serve you. So to talk to a member of our staff, our office hours are 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you'd like to leave a message, call you back, please do so now. Thank you and have a great day.
Hey, Representative Mace, this is JustinFREAKIN from the Troll Patrol. You're on the show right now, or me talking to your answering machine. I was gonna call and compliment you for the way you handled yourself I'm flabbergasted because, like, I thought you did an amazing job and you looked great in the outfit that you were wearing, but then you pulled the whole, like, oh, they exonerated Trump. A reporter even asked you, like, which Epstein victim exonerated Trump, and you couldn't answer because you know you're lying. Trump is a pedo. I'm so disgusted I'm not even going to ask you to be my GOP mommy or offer to be your liberal daddy. So that's how I feel about this situation, ma'am. You had me in the first half, not going to lie, but then you really botched that landing. So sorry about your damn luck, Nancy Mace. You lost out on me. I'm a good one. This might be the last time I ever call you. Unless, you show your titties during a committee hearing or something. But you're not in Congress very much longer. I've only got you for, what, a few more months. Have a good one, Representative Mace. Just not to be. This is a live shot. I don't know Chappaqua. Find out where Chappaqua is. It's a hamlet.
Right there.
Very cute little town. Where you at on the map here?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, honestly, it's right outside of the city.
Looks like a team probably went all the way. Went up the top.
No Democrats coming up. The Democrats left.
Did they? Oh, really?
Colin says the Democrats left and are not coming out.
Oh.
Because they're not coming? Nope, they left.
Oh, good.
Good.
It sounds like the reporters are saying the Democrats left. Won't be coming out. Be very disappointed if we don't get some sort of response.
I feel like they would have had to send us to who?
Congressman, are the Democrats gone?
Right? Like,
Congressman, are the Democrats gone?
I think so. Let me check.
Thank you. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. Democrats have left.
The Democrats have left the building. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump. Oh. The stream may have just ended. What the crowd looked like for Trump. So it may have been a real dud of an evening. As Mr. Clinton himself left the building, or one of his attorneys. It seems all the reporters are breaking everything down. I don't think we're going to get a comment. I still got the live shot over here. Let's go ahead. Nancy Guthrie update. TMZ got a video. I'm not sure this is the best taste. Funky music.
Welcome to TMZ Live. There is some interesting information, not just about Nancy Guthrie, but about Savannah Guthrie. So there's been a lot of talk about how does she come back to the Today Show as long as things are unresolved. And the reality is, and our law enforcement sources are saying this, that this case could be unresolved for months, even years, before they find Nancy Guthrie. That is just a stark reality right now. The FBI does not have any solid leads, nor does the Pima County Sheriff's Office. They don't. And they are at a point now where this is becoming a cold case. So Savannah Guthrie acknowledged this in her last video, that it would take a miracle for her mom to be alive at this point. And there are realities to all of this. This is a very religious family. Nancy Guthrie was very religious. And, the closure of finding Nancy, whether she's alive or not, is something this family clearly needs. I mean, you see this written all over Savannah's face, as she's spoken over the last month. And she's not getting that closure. And so the question, what does she do? Does she come back to the Today Show and just, as they say, put on a happy face and, push this to the side for 2 hours a day, or not? And if she decides to come back, when does she do that? And does she address it if she comes back? She's going to have to say something. But it is a shadow, a cloud that will be cast over her. You can just feel it as you watch her, until there's some closure with her mom. So here's what we're told. We're told no decision has been made yet. And that Savannah, we are told, has not communicated anything to NBC in terms of a return date or lack thereof. And the important thing we're told is NBC has absolutely not exerted any pressure on her for any return date, that they are giving her the space she needs right now, but NBC is sitting back and waiting. So I think that, at this point, what you could say is it's up in the air, that, Savannah may come back. She may come back in 2 weeks. She may not come back. We don't know. She hasn't said, but NBC is not putting pressure on her. As for Nancy Guthrie, a video surfaced the other day of a dozen cars that were driving a couple of miles from the residence of Nancy Guthrie in the hours after the kidnapping. Because we know that's when the Google video from the Nest camera captured this person at Nancy's front door. So that is at 2:12 when the Google search of the Nest camera revealed this man at Nancy's door. So he's there. Now, 2.5 miles away, there's a road, and there are cars going back and forth. One of them, the first one, you see pass 19 minutes after that video was taken. So theoretically, 19 minutes would be long enough for somebody perhaps to go inside, take Nancy, put her in a car, and drive those 2.5 miles. So it is possible, in terms of time, that one of those cars could be the kidnapper's car. And there were a dozen of these cars, in that period of time, but the first of which, 19 minutes after the person was on that doorstep. Our FBI sources say that this is a dead end, that the placement of the road against Nancy's house makes no sense, that it's the opposite direction from anything, and they have looked also at the ingress and egress around that road, and they have already looked at this and said, there is nothing here. So even though it seems enticing to see that car go by, the FBI, we're told, has already made a decision that there is no real lead produced by the video. So right now, they don't have a suspect. They don't have a person of interest. They do not have a vehicle. They clearly think there is something to that first ransom note that we and 2 local television stations in Tucson received. But as far as we know, they have not been able to track down who wrote that note, nor are they able to track down the person who has been sending us demand letters saying for a certain amount of money, they will give them information leading to Nancy and the kidnapper. So this is becoming a cold case, and it must be an absolute nightmare for the Guthrie family.
Hello, my name is Liza. I'm from Louisiana. Me personally, I think she should give it a little more time. Roughly, her mom's been missing for 26 days. I don't think they've dotted all their I's, nor crossed all their T's in that short time frame. I wouldn't return to today's show until my mom returned home.
But what happens, but I gotta ask you, because think about this. What if they just don't find Nancy? Do you put your life in suspended animation?
Absolutely, absolutely.
For how long? For 10 years?
If that's how long it takes for my mom to come back, absolutely.
But would your mom, I mean, look, God forbid, but would your mom want you to put your life on hold and basically mourn for 10 years and not be productive and not in any way try to become satisfied?
No, you have to look at it from a different point. I would say no, she wouldn't want me to mourn for 10 years, but I would.
Harvey's a sociopath.
I would mourn for 10 years until my mom returns.
Fair enough.
I think that's what that just proved. Here is a monkey in a garage.
In the St. Louis area, but not one of the four that made worldwide news back in January. Earlier this week, a pet capuchin monkey was in a garage in Jefferson County, and today Tracy Henson met up with the man who caught it barehanded.
Don't you just hate when you leave your garage open and this happens?
Life Command Center, how can I help you? Hi there.
There's a monkey in my garage.
It looks like the one off of Friends. I am not even joking.
Time to call the boss,
Come on.
Michael Barehands Baran.
This is one of our favoriteest things, to get tickled.
As the name and the bare hands suggest, he catches wild animals and lost pets barehanded.
This is Sissy. Sissy is a spider monkey.
Different than the one in the garage.
Yeah, the monkey in the garage was a capuchin.
And at first, he and the team at Wildlife Command Center couldn't believe it.
They told me that there was a monkey in the garage. I was 100% sure that it was just a raccoon. But it really is. Look at this.
Nope,
Yep,
that's a monkey.
That's definitely a monkey.
This is the first time in 60 years it was actually a monkey.
And the first time he caught one, but not before this happened.
Then it jumped onto the owner of the house, and she freaked out.
She opened the laundry room door, and in it went. From there,
It was easy for me to get my hands on the monkey. You know, you just kind of control them, hold them in a way that they're not going to feel threatened, and I was able to get it into a carrier safely.
the last bit
I
of
feel
the
like I
story,
know this guy.
Sissy helped with the microphone.
Jefferson County 911 dispatcher called us, and we were able to trace the owner back from a missing primate report.
After showing the proper permits, the monkey was reunited with its owner. Sissy, on the other hand, will be in foster at Michael's house for a few more months. Tracy Henson, 5 on your side.
Pet capuchin monkeys must be registered with local law enforcement, and the owner must have a permit from the Missouri Department of Agriculture. St. Louis area, but not one of the four
Aaron
that
has
made
been a
worldwide
hate
news back in
watcher
January.
for like
Earlier
5
this week,
years
a pet
now.
capuchin monkey was in a garage in Jefferson County, and today
You
Tracy
amuse
Henson met
me,
up with the man
friend.
who
You should
caught
get
it
live.
barehanded.
YouTube people, podcast
Don't you
people.
just hate when you leave your garage open and this happens?
Light one up, tip one back. It's alright to have a little fun before we hit the sack.
There's a monkey in my garage.
JustinFREAKIN. We'll see you Sunday.
I am not even joking.
Time to call the boss,
Come on.
Michael Barehands Baran.
This is one of our favoriteest